This journey started officially just a few months ago in June, when I stood on the steps of the county courthouse in Somerset County, Pennsylvania. I decided to go there, not the typical place someone announces for president. It's not where I was born. It's not where I ever lived. But it's where my grandfather came, back in 1925. He came by himself, even though he was married with 2 children, one of them being my father. He came after having fought in World War I because Mussolini had been in power now 3 years, and he had figured out that fascism was something that would crush his spirit and his freedom and give his children something less than he wanted for them. So he made a sacrifice. He left to the coal fields of southwestern Pennsylvania. He worked in the mine at a company town, got paid with coupons, he used to call them. Lived in a shack. Eventually he figured out that that was a trip to nowhere, so he started taking money less, so he could start to save. And he did. And after 5 years, he got his citizenship and brought my father over at the age of 7. He ended up continuing to work in those mines until he was 72 years old, digging coal. I'll never forget the first time I saw someone who had died. It was my grandfather. And I knelt next to his coffin, and all I could do as eye level was look at his hands. They were enormous hands. And all I could think was, those hands dug freedom for me. And so to honor him, I went to Somerset County, because I believe foundationally, while the economy is in horrible condition, why our country is not as safe as it was, and while threats are rising around the world, while the state of our culture under this administration continues to decline with the values that are unlike the values that built this country, that the essential issue in this race is freedom. Whether we will be a country that believes that government can do things for us better than we can do for ourselves, or whether we believe, as our founders did, that rights come to us from God, and when He gave us those rights, He gave us the freedom to go out and live those rights out to build a great and just society, not from the top down, but from the bottom up. My grandfather taught me basic things that my dad taught me over and over again. Work hard, and work hard. And I think about that today. There's so many men and women right now who would love to work hard, but they don't have the opportunity. And we have 2 parties who are out talking about how they're going to solve those problems. One wants to talk about raising taxes on people who have been successful and redistributing money, increasing dependency in this country, promoting more Medicaid and food stamps and all sorts of social welfare programs, and passing Obamacare to provide even more government subsidies, more and more dependency, more and more government. Exactly what my grandfather left in 1925.